go. All right. On today's show, I welcome on a very special guest. She is Olivia VanPatten. She is a freshman forward for Cranston West girls basketball team. Olivia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today? How are you enjoying the nice weather?
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited for summer.
Yeah, you got any plans for the summer?
Basketball showcase tournaments. I'm ready.
Oh, all right. That's awesome. Well, that leads me right into my first question then. I want to take a step back before we talk about AAU this past season, because you had a great season this past season, as well with basketball for playing at Cranston West. But I want to know, how did you get into basketball? What led you to play the sport?
So my dad, he worked at PC and he was the athletic trainer for the men's basketball team. And he started when I was really little. So I grew up on a basketball court my entire life, and I started playing in second grade. I went through a travel program and I played middle school and now high school and AAU. So I've really been playing for so long, but I love it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yes, yeah, yeah. And your dad was, for the listeners, her dad was my professor back in college, back in the day. But that's awesome. What was it like, having your dad grow up around that PC, like basketball, and like, did you ever sit on the bench with your dad? What was that like?
Yeah, he actually has pictures of me like sitting in meetings with him, like with the players. I loved it. I love the environment. I thought it was so cool, and like that's when I knew like I want this to be my life, and like I want this to happen for
That's
me.
that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome that you knew that at such a young age. And was there like a player or anyone that you like looked up to? I know you were around some great players
Yeah,
in that
so
PC.
LaDante Henton, he was like my favorite, and I looked up to him so much when I was little.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, shout out to LaDante for getting you started. Um, and so this year you played basketball at the high school level, which was a weird year with COVID and everything. But I want to know, what was that transition from the middle school to the varsity basketball level?
So it was a little bit tough because of COVID. Like we couldn't really get that full experience, but like I thought it was a great experience. Like even though it was like shortened a little bit, because we made it to the semifinals and it was like a great team. We got along so well. Our bond was really strong, and we made it to the semifinals for the first time in 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was it was. I was really proud of the team, and just like wow.
That's awesome. And what's that like too? Like you come in, you meet new teammates. Have you like played with these girls before, or did you guys just like bond with each other right
Yeah,
away? How did it work
so
out?
it's like a mixture of both. I knew like all of the upperclassmen from my travel program, and some like people that I didn't really know, like we like connected instantly. I loved it so much.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. That's an amazing thing that you're able to connect so quickly. And then what was it like too, just playing basketball in the COVID times? And like, A, that's maybe part of history, you could say that, and B, like what's it like wearing the mask, and what was that transition like?
It was really tough, like the mask, it's on your face, and you don't really want anything on your face when you play basketball. And it was really hard to like breathe, but like about like the third game, I got used to it, and I just like okay, I have to get used to it. I have no choice.
Yeah, I can only imagine that you had to make some kind of adjustment. And then like, were you like, when you guys, before they made the announcement of the basketball season, were you working out with a mask, or you just kind of see how it was going to play out?
Yeah, so it was kind of like 50-50. We had summer workouts, and towards like the school season, we were like, okay, we have to like start practicing with it. So by the time it was like tryouts, I was like already used to it, but I wasn't yet at that game speed, like that game moment yet. So I didn't know how that was going to feel. But like after the first game, I was like, yeah, I can do this.
That's awesome. That's great. And what's it like too to play in such a weird time when there's no fans or anything like that? What's that like? Did it kind of feel like a scrimmage some games, or what was that like?
Yeah, it was tough because like I love fans. I love the energy that it brings to the gym. Like I'm a very social person, and like this year was tough because like my parents, they had to watch on like their computer screen, and it was tough because they've been at like every single game of mine. They've never missed a game. So it was hard because like I look up to them and I want them to be there, but I got used to it. I was like, I don't know. It was weird. It was like really weird. That's definitely it.
Yeah, I can imagine it's got to be weird playing some regular season games, not having fans, not having your parents watch, but they have to
Yeah,
watch on TV. So that's got to be, I mean, interesting. Thank God it was like some kind of stream though, so they're able to see some games though, right?
yeah, they were.
That's good. Was the bench like a big part of that? You feel like, were you guys on the bench and like everyone help participate, like even when you're not in the
Yeah.
game, you like get
Yeah,
people
it
right up?
was our bench situation was like amazing. We literally had the bench. We cheered for each other. We were like screaming. We were always there for each other. Like if somebody dropped their head, we would always like pick them back up and be like, "Hey, you got it. Like you really need this."
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good teammates. That's a great thing. And then did you have like a favorite game during the season that you really enjoyed the most?
My favorite game would probably be our first playoff game. It was against Portsmouth, and literally the bench, like the energy was amazing, and we were like screaming every play. The bench never sat down at all. We were always on our feet, like screaming. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite game, just because like the energy it brought. Like it felt like it was a full house. There were people in the stands screaming and yelling. Like that's what I felt like.
That's awesome. That's great. What was it to play in your first varsity like playoff game too as well? Like what's that like?
So I was obviously nervous at first. Everyone's gonna be nervous at the first varsity game, but once like the first couple minutes I got in, I was like, oh, okay, like this isn't that bad at all. Like I'm used to this, and I was used to the speed too, so it's not like I was like trailing behind everybody else. Like I was people didn't have to compare because I was like up to it, and everybody else was up to it too. Like the freshmen, we all knew what was gonna happen, and I was really proud of all of us because we did good together, especially like because of COVID and all this time.
Yeah, it's awesome that you guys were able to advance and
Yeah.
do well during that. That's absolutely amazing for you guys as well, and only great things to come down the future down the
Yeah.
line. Yeah, for sure. What is the biggest thing you're gonna work on during the off season?
I'm definitely going to work on like post moves. I'm going to work on everything, but one thing I'm going to work on is definitely post moves, and I have to get stronger. I go to a weight room, and that definitely helps a lot. It's like getting stronger, quicker, faster.
Nice. That's great. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things too is conditioning, getting stronger and faster. I think that will
Yeah.
help you advance to the next level. And then also, so you also play AAU. Who do you play AAU for?
I play for the Rhode Island Swarm.
Nice. And I know you had a great season, but tell the listeners, what was the season like? What happened to you guys? I know you guys finished off on a great note. So what happened?
So we just won the national championship. I'm so proud of us because we did it with 6 people, and
Wow. Holy
yeah,
crap.
just 6 girls, and we played 6 games this weekend. It was a lot on us, but I'm so proud of us. We really did so good. So we started a couple months ago, and we had a new coach because our high school coach was our AU coach, and he couldn't coach us. So we had a new coach, and we were like, just at first we were like trying to feel the vibe, like we didn't know our coach at first, but as like our first tournament, we were like doing really good together, and then we started to get like really really good, and we started connecting even more. And half of the people that are on my AU team, they play for the varsity team too, so it's not like I was coming into a new situation. So we already had a strong bond. So yeah, we connected on the court and off the court, and it was just like a really fun season.
That's awesome. That's really great. What was like? Did you have like a moment? Did you have like a tough? What was like the toughest team that you guys had to play, or felt like was the toughest game?
It was definitely a Bay State Jaguars team. They're such a good team, and they're such great competition. It was tough for us.
Oh, I could imagine. Yeah, they always have some great players. Where'd you guys win the championship?
It was in Mass, in Danbury, and in Braintree. It was both courts.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's great. Well, congratulations on that. And now, what's next? You mentioned you had a showcase.
Yeah,
What's
so
that? What's gonna happen?
we
Sorry.
have a showcase next weekend, and then we have a tournament like 2 weeks after that. So our spring AU season is done, but we have like a week of practices, and then we get right back into it. So it's not really a big break, and we have a showcase tournament, and I think we have another showcase tournament. So we're just like busy all summer.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So when do you guys like? How long do you play in the summer for?
I think we play like 2 months in the summer. We don't play all summer, but we play a lot.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a lot of basketball. So you're playing
Yeah,
a lot of basketball.
yeah,
Hey, but nothing wrong with that. But that's
I know.
awesome.
I love
Ah, that's great. It sounds like you're really passionate. I mean, obviously growing up around it and knowing that you wanted to do that at such a young age, and it sounds like you're so passionate about the game. What do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
Um, I always play with like mismatched socks. Like I have one black Nike sock, one pink Nike sock. Like
Really?
the whole sock isn't pink, it's just like the swoosh. It's
Oh,
pink. Yeah.
how did that start?
I don't know. I had one really good game with it and I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And do you do you have any favorite music?
No, not really. I listen to everything.
Oh, really? Do you have like a favorite song right now or
Um,
artist?
no, not really. No, I love everybody. I listen to everything.
Alright. Well, that's good. Nope, that makes it that's easy to easy to choose anything on Spotify.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great. What about favorite food?
Pasta. I love pasta so much.
Nice. That's great choice. Can't go wrong with pasta at all. Um, favorite. I think I know the answer to this one, but what's your favorite basketball team?
It's like a mixture between um definitely brown. Definitely brown.
Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I had to think of that, but brown.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you have a favorite professional team?
I watch the Celtics. That's really it.
Nice. That yeah. That. What'd you think about their season this year?
Um, I mean, it was okay. I don't know.
Hopefully they make some moves. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens with them. Do you have a favorite player?
Mm, Ben Ventil.
Oh yeah. He's a great player for PC back
Yeah.
a while ago when he played at PC. And now he plays overseas, right?
Yeah, he plays in Greece now.
Oh, nice. How's he doing over there?
He's good. He actually just won a championship like an
Really?
hour ago. Yeah.
An hour ago?
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
my God. That's crazy. Well, congratulations to Ben on his championship out in Greece. That's really cool. And then what's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball? Sounds like you do a lot of basketball. What's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
I really enjoy baking. That's like my best hobby that I have, cooking and baking.
That's a great hobby. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Brownies and cookies.
Good choice. Do you have a favorite cookie to make?
No, literally, I just make anything that comes to my mind.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. That's really cool. Olivia, that's all the questions I have for you. Do you have any questions or comments or statements for me for your
Thank
sound?
you for having me.
Of course, anytime. Yeah, I appreciate your time, and you're always welcome to come back on the show. Good luck with all the basketball that you have going on this summer. It's very exciting and very happy for you, and I'm sure great things are going to come down the line for you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.